When we put them in a classroom, we put them in a box and
Mhm.
we say, you have to learn this specific way and you have to pass this certain test and you have to learn like all the other kids and you have to excel like all of the other kids and you have to be an expert at these subjects. But then we do forget about all the other things that God created them to be and do. It was interesting. You talked about being a teacher and you had been in the classroom. And I know that whenever we think about school, we always think about like test scores. We think about, how well are our kids going to do on the test? How well are they going to write this paper? How well are they going to do on the artificial things that we give to our children to try to test their intelligence? Talk about that, about why, and I know that this has been kind of a process for you as you've learned to undo the classroom idea from your home and from your homeschool. But talk about like test scores and just the classroom academic part of what we consider intelligence in our kids.
Yeah, so I over the course of the last few years as I've researched this subject particularly, I've realized it's very damaging to our kids the idea that we have that intelligence is only measured in academics or it's only measured by test scores. Again, that is a form of intelligence. The guy that makes the 30 on his ACT, we talk about how smart he is, but it's just one form of so many forms of intelligence. In fact, Albert Einstein said, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life thinking it's stupid. And we've
Ah,
done that to some degree because we've taken so the kids that are bent maybe in art or music, there are so many geniuses. My son is an example. He was, I would say, uh, even well, he was very delayed in math. He had a very hard time with math and struggled, but he is an artistic genius and he has a level of that very few people have. And so to recognize those things in our children as just as important and just as valuable as a child that's more academic, I think we really need to start changing our thoughts and ideas of what it means to be intelligent. And they're reckon allowing there to be so many different forms that all
yeah.
of our children, their gifts are elevated to the same status as the academic intelligence.
Yeah, yeah. When we put them in a classroom, we put them in a box and
Mhm.
we say, you have to learn this specific way and you have to pass this certain test and you have to learn like all the other kids and you have to excel like all of the other kids and you have to be an expert at these subjects. But then we do forget about all the other things that God created them to be and do.
Mhm.
And even in the homeschool community, I feel like we sometimes do that where we have some kids, you see the model homeschool family where all of their kids are playing instruments or they're all athletes or they're all, crazy academically smart. And I think that can leave us as moms oftentimes feeling like, what am I doing wrong? Or my kids
Mhm.
just aren't measuring up to these other kids because my kids don't play piano. My kids don't play baseball. My kids aren't testing this way if we test them. And I really think that that is an attack of the enemy to
Mhm.
make us feel inadequate as homeschool moms and thinking that we're somehow doing it wrong. And in reality, it's that God's just created them all differently. Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.